Hello, Leo. Welcome to your most powerful week of 2025. This isn't just another horoscope video. This is your cosmic invitation to unlock the blessings you've already earned. Because from May 16th to the 21st, the universe is aligning in ways you've never felt before. Let me ask you this. Have you been sensing something strange, electric, and maybe even fated? Like something is shifting, quietly but undeniably, in your favor? If that thought has crossed your mind, you didn't find this video by accident. You were led here, intuitively, energetically, and divinely. I'm speaking to you from eternal mindfulness, where we translate energy into clarity, destiny into direction. And today, I'm here to tell you. This is no ordinary week. This is the week you stop surviving and start receiving. Right now, cosmic forces are cracking open a portal just for you. The Sun, your ruling planet, is being amplified by both Jupiter and Venus, creating a rare triple alignment that magnifies abundance, visibility, and yes, pure, unfiltered luck. And here's the thing. You may not even need to chase it. Because when you're in true alignment, luck chases you. So if you've recently felt an urge to buy that lottery ticket, send that risky email, or finally say yes to something bigger, you're not crazy. You're intuitive. In fact, here are 3 powerful reasons why this week carries jackpot-level potential for you. Jupiter's expansion energy is lighting up your fire element, syncing with your Leo frequency and pulling fortune closer than it's been all year. Angel numbers like 777, 888, and 21 have been showing up for many Leos, and those aren't coincidences, they're signals. Your gratitude and perseverance have created a light field around you that attracts golden opportunities, including ones that look like chance, but are really destiny disguised. And this week, you're not walking alone. A benevolent guide or supporter, a true, earthly angel, is being sent your way to open a door you thought was closed. It could be a boss, a client, a partner, or even a stranger with the right words at the right time. In Buddhist teaching, we're reminded that when all conditions align, right action, right moment, right intention, results are inevitable. This week, those conditions are present. So pause. Take a deep breath. Feel that pull in your chest? That little spark of something's coming? That's your higher self confirming this message is for you. And before we dive into the full reading, I want to take a moment to say something from the heart. Let me offer my deepest gratitude for your presence here. Every like, every comment, every subscription you've shared helps this community grow stronger. You are the soul behind the spark. Your energy fuels eternal mindfulness, and allows us to keep sharing these life-shifting messages with people just like you. So thank you, truly. And trust me, beloved Leo, you'll want to stay until the very end, because what the universe is about to reveal is nothing short of magical. Now, tell me in the comments. What sacred number has been following you lately? Drop it below. It might just be your key to the cosmic jackpot. When life starts to feel lighter, almost as if something unseen is working in your favor, it's often a reflection of deeper alignment. This week, Leo, that alignment isn't just imagined, it's real, and it's written across the stars. The rare trine between the Sun, Jupiter, and Venus is no coincidence. It's a celestial configuration designed to unlock opportunities you've been waiting for, especially those tied to your identity, your purpose, and your self-worth. The Sun, your planetary ruler, illuminates your true nature this week more than ever. You're not just invited to show up, you're being called to stand in your full light, with all the boldness and beauty that makes Leo who you are. Jupiter, the planet of expansion and reward, magnifies this energy. But it doesn't just hand you abundance. It responds to your belief in your own readiness to receive it. That's the key here. The more you claim your value, the more the universe reflects that back to you in the form of money, offers, and doors that once seemed closed. Pair this with Venus, the planet of attraction and harmony, and you get a kind of cosmic magnetism that pulls people toward you, not because you're chasing them, but because they feel your light. In business, this might show up as admiration, loyalty, or surprising new partnerships. In daily life, it may look like compliments, unexpected praise, or someone finally recognizing the work you've been quietly doing. It's important not to overlook the simplicity of this moment. You might expect your big break to arrive with fireworks, but more often, it arrives softly, like a message you almost missed, a casual invitation, or an opportunity that seems too easy to be significant. That's how grace works. It enters gently, and it multiplies when you respond with action. This is why taking even the smallest inspired step within 24 hours, whether it's writing an email, updating your resume, or simply saying yes to something new, can become the domino that tips your entire week into motion. There's a sacred wisdom in doing your part without overreaching. You don't have to force things to prove your worth. This is the season to allow goodness to come to you, not because you waited passively, but because you aligned actively, with clarity, courage, and trust. The truth is, the more you're able to receive with open hands and an open heart, the more your reality will begin to reflect that openness. That's not wishful thinking, it's energetic law. If you've ever heard the quiet inner voice that says, "You are made for more," this is the week to listen. You are not here to live in smallness or settle for less than the dreams placed inside you. As a guiding principle, remember, when you show up as your fullest self, you're not just honoring who you are, you're honoring the source that created you. And when you treat your opportunities with care and presence, you are showing faith not only in the stars, but in the plan that life has always had for you. So let this be a time of sacred intention. Write down 3 things you deeply desire this week, not as a wish list, but as declarations of possibility. Then choose one small step that feels doable today. Let it be enough. Let it begin. There is no need to hustle for what's already on its way to you. Just make space, be ready, and say yes when it arrives. Sometimes, the cards don't just tell a story, they mirror the very transformation unfolding inside you. This week, Leo, the tarot spread laid before you is more than symbolic. It's a powerful affirmation that everything you've been navigating, the decisions, the detours, the quiet acts of courage, are finally converging into a moment of reward. These 6 cards don't just point to external events. They reflect a deep energetic shift in your life where the inner and outer realities begin to align in your favor. The wheel of fortune turning in your direction isn't just about luck. It's about divine rhythm, the cycles of life that you've endured and trusted, even when you couldn't see where they were leading. This card reminds us that fortune favors those who stay open to change, who ride the highs and lows with grace, and who don't resist growth even when it's uncomfortable. Your season of waiting is shifting into a season of receiving. And the turning of this will means that where things once felt stuck, now there's movement, forward, upward, and toward everything you thought was beyond reach. Right beside it, the King of Pentacles enters with grounded, mature energy. This is the confirmation that the success you're manifesting isn't fleeting, it's sustainable. It speaks to financial wisdom earned through experience, to leadership built not just on ambition but integrity. You're not only attracting abundance, you're being prepared to hold it with responsibility. Whether it's a job, a business breakthrough, or a long-awaited raise, the presence of this card signals the formation of a new financial foundation, and you've built it, not by luck, but by showing up again and again even when things were uncertain. Then comes the Page of Cups, bringing with it a soft, almost childlike sense of wonder. A message. A compliment. A reconnection. Something emotionally unexpected is finding its way to you, perhaps from someone who's been watching your growth quietly, or someone whose heart has been stirred by your authenticity. This is a beautiful reminder that vulnerability is a strength. The more you show your true self, the more you attract people who value your soul, not just your image. You might receive a message that seems simple on the surface but opens a door you didn't know was waiting for you. As if to spotlight it all, the sun shines brightly at the center of this story. This card is your essence, Leo. Joy, visibility, creativity, and radiant confidence. When this card appears, it's as if the universe is handing you permission to shine without apology. You no longer need to dim your light for others to feel comfortable. Your joy is not just yours, it's meant to uplift, to inspire, to lead. And the world is finally ready to see you as you are. The reversed Five of Swords gently releases any lingering shadows, the tension of needing to prove yourself, the old patterns of competition, or the voices that once made you question your worth. It's a signal to lay down unnecessary battles and reclaim your peace. You don't need to win through resistance. Sometimes, the greatest strength is walking away from energy that's no longer aligned, and choosing peace over pride. Finally, Judgment completes this sacred spread with a quiet yet profound truth. This is your awakening. The culmination of past lessons, the closing of karmic chapters, and the spiritual, yes, that comes after years of trying to understand why. It's clarity. It's perspective. It's the realization that you were never being punished, you were being prepared. And now, it's your turn to rise. Just as divine wisdom teaches us that to everything there is a season, this moment is your season to reap, to rise, and to radiate. You are not who you were, and that is a blessing. Now, breathe in what you've become. Let this be the week you finally allow yourself to receive all that is already yours. What shows up in your external world often mirrors the quiet choices you've been making behind the scenes, the shift in the way you speak to yourself, the boundaries you've started setting, the courage it takes to listen to your inner compass when the world offers noise instead of clarity. That's exactly what this part of your journey is about, Leo. This week, the alignment of energies in your financial, professional, and physical realms is more than promising, it's transformative. And yet, the most powerful changes aren't arriving through grand gestures, they're arriving through subtle shifts that reflect how far you've come in choosing growth over fear. In terms of finances, abundance is beginning to flow in a more organic, less resistant way. Maybe there's a return you weren't expecting, a refund, a gift, a raise, or a small but significant payment. This is not just money appearing out of thin air. It's a reflection of where your energy has been focused. When you started respecting your time, valuing your skills, and believing that your needs matter, the frequency around your finances shifted. What once felt delayed is now catching up with you, because you're no longer chasing money from lack, but receiving it from a place of self-respect. Sometimes, divine provision doesn't scream. It whispers, "You're finally ready." Opportunities that once looked impossible are now appearing again, but in more aligned forms. That side hustle you doubted, that idea you shelved, that path you didn't think could sustain you, something about it is different now. It's not the idea that's changed, it's you. You're seeing clearer. You're leading from a wiser place. And that subtle confidence? That's exactly what others are noticing. This is why a collaborator may suddenly want to invest in your project, or why someone who once overlooked your brilliance now wants you on their team. It's not just coincidence, it's energetic recognition. Professionally, don't be surprised if your name is mentioned in rooms you haven't even stepped into yet. Whether it's praise from a peer, a mentor stepping forward, or a new contact opening a door you didn't even knock on, the movement around your career is undeniable. But this isn't just about climbing a ladder, it's about stepping into places that actually reflect your soul's value. Be open to support. Be open to the Queen Nan, that timely, unexpected person who shows up not to save you, but to remind you that you were never alone in this pursuit. When someone offers help this week, don't dismiss it out of pride or habit. Sometimes, grace arrives wearing human skin and introduces itself with a simple, "Let me help." Your physical health is also mirroring this transformation. You're likely feeling a pull toward lighter foods, cleaner environments, slower mornings, and that's not random. It's your intuition trying to make space for the new energy flowing in. Pay attention to how your body responds to what you consume, who you spend time with, and even the thoughts you replay throughout the day. Healing, at its root, isn't always about adding more, it's about releasing what no longer supports the life you're ready to claim. Let this week be one where you make decisions from alignment, not pressure. Where you notice what energizes you and gently step away from what drains you. And if you ever feel unsure, remember this: clarity is often found not in doing more, but in pausing long enough to hear what's already been guiding you from within. Keep choosing what feels light. That is the path. Sometimes the heart knows things before the mind can catch up. That's the kind of week this is for you, Leo. There's a quiet shift in the emotional current, a soft pull toward closeness, warmth, and reconnection, not only with others, but with the part of you that's been longing to feel seen and safe again. The love that surrounds you now may not come with grand gestures or loud declarations, but it carries a frequency that your soul instantly recognizes: authenticity, alignment, and peace. That's how you know it's real. If you're currently in a relationship, you may start to notice something subtle but powerful, a deeper emotional synchronization. Words may not even be necessary. It's in the way you're understood without having to explain. In the way a small act of thoughtfulness feels louder than anything spoken. This resonance isn't just romantic chemistry, it's energetic compatibility. It's the kind of alignment that emerges when two people are growing at the same rhythm, even if in different ways. Take time this week to acknowledge that. Often, what we water with gratitude blooms with even more grace. For those who are single, the air carries a different kind of invitation. Someone new, or someone familiar arriving in new energy, may appear. And it won't feel like a chase or a high-stakes performance. It will feel like comfort. Like ease. Like the kind of presence that doesn't ask you to shrink or stretch just to be enough. There may be a message, a glance, or a casual moment that feels far too synchronistic to ignore. Pay attention. You don't need to rush into anything, but don't dismiss what feels soft and steady just because it isn't loud. Sometimes the strongest connections begin with the gentlest approach. Family energy also brightens under this week's influence. There may be unexpected good news regarding someone close to you, perhaps around health, finances, or even reconciliation. If a rift has lingered between you and someone in your inner circle, this is a time when the universe is encouraging you to soften. Not necessarily to fix what's broken overnight, but to take the first step toward healing, a message, a call, or simply opening your heart to understanding. You don't have to agree to reconnect. You just have to agree to release the weight of separation. That alone can make room for light. And even if no words are exchanged, energy speaks volumes. When you start choosing compassion over protection, when you stop rehearsing your pain and start sharing your truth gently, that's when love finds a way back in. This doesn't mean letting go of boundaries. It means letting go of the illusion that you have to do everything alone. It helps to remember something simple but easily forgotten: we were not made to isolate. We were made to reflect, support, and uplift one another. Even when it feels difficult, leaning in just a little can change the direction of an entire connection. And sometimes, the first move toward healing doesn't come from someone else, it starts with us. With choosing patience. With showing up in love even when our ego would rather stay guarded. So if this week brings you an unexpected hello, a shift in tone from someone you miss, or just a moment where your chest feels a little more open than it did yesterday, trust that. Don't overthink it. Let love come through in its own time, in its own form. All you need to do is stay open, stay kind, and stay true to what your spirit is quietly reaching for. Because the moment you choose connection over control, healing begins, not only in your relationships, but deep within yourself. You might not even realize it, but every detail that shows up around you, colors, numbers, symbols, can carry meaning far deeper than coincidence. When life is aligning in your favor, the universe rarely speaks in noise. It speaks in patterns. And this week, Leo, the signs are showing up in vivid color and sacred number, all designed to draw your attention inward and forward at the same time. These aren't just spiritual aesthetics. They're frequencies that match what your soul is ready to receive. And once you start tuning in, something beautiful begins to happen. You stop asking for proof, and you start trusting the quiet confirmations already on your path. The color amber orange, for example, isn't just warm or striking. It vibrates with the energy of grounded abundance and mental clarity. It supports communication with integrity and reminds you that your words, when spoken from truth, have the power to attract the exact resources you need. If you've been unsure about how to present yourself in a business setting, negotiation, or heartfelt conversation, bringing this color into your field, whether through what you wear, what you visualize, or what you surround yourself with, can help align your intentions with clear, successful outcomes. It's a color that says, I'm not only here, I'm ready. In contrast, sapphire blue speaks in whispers of calm, intuition, and high spiritual wisdom. This is the color that guards your energy while lifting your insight. It doesn't demand attention like red or gold. It carries quiet authority, the kind that knows its power and doesn't need to prove it. Wearing sapphire blue or visualizing this tone around your heart and mind can help regulate your emotional field when things feel overstimulating or unclear. It's a reminder to pause and listen to what's being said, not just out loud, but between the lines. Because the truth you seek is rarely far from where you already are. Then come the numbers, and with them, the energetic map of your week. 3 is the number of creativity, divine expansion, and joyful alignment. It reminds you that you were never meant to do everything on your own. 9, on the other hand, gently guides you toward closure, an invitation to finally release the things that no longer serve your growth, not out of bitterness, but out of clarity and self-respect. 16 marks a new cycle, the ignition spark of a story you've long wanted to live. 21 is the promise of wholeness, that what you've been building is almost ready to be revealed. 55 shows up like a flash of light, signaling that change is not only coming, it's accelerating. And then there's 777, the jackpot number, the code of divine reward. It doesn't show up by accident. When you keep seeing 777, it's a whisper from life itself. You're exactly where you need to be, now get ready to receive. Sometimes we're waiting for big moments to confirm that we're on the right track, but in truth, the universe is always offering breadcrumbs of light. The sacred numbers you keep seeing, the colors that suddenly feel magnetic, these are confirmations that your energy is speaking, and life is responding. As one ancient teaching reminds us, you don't have to knock harder, you just have to be still enough to hear when the door opens. So this week, pay attention to what shows up more than once. Not everything will arrive with explanation. Some things are simply meant to be felt and followed. Let the colors guide your presence. Let the numbers affirm your steps. And if you've seen any of these codes, 3, 9, 16, 21, 55, or 777, consider this your personal sign. Comment below with the number that's calling to you most, and allow it to root into your awareness like a seed. You don't have to chase miracles. Sometimes, all you have to do is recognize them. As we come to the close of this journey, I want you to take a moment, Leo, and simply breathe. Not to push. Not to plan. Just to be still long enough to realize that you're not waiting for a lucky break. You are becoming the very frequency that attracts it. This week, with all the cosmic alignment that's unfolding around you, isn't here to test your patience. It's here to honor your persistence. It's a response, a divine echo, to every time you chose trust over fear, light over bitterness, and movement over stagnation when it would have been easier to give up. You see, blessings don't always come wrapped in dramatic fireworks. Often, they slip in through gentle signs, quiet yes, and small shifts that begin to rearrange everything. What if this is the moment where you no longer chase luck like it's outside of you? What if you believed, truly believed, that what you've been seeking has been making its way toward you all along, waiting only for you to stand still long enough to receive it? The energy this week is rich with reward. But it's a different kind of reward, one that recognizes not just effort, but alignment. So ask yourself, what are you choosing now that your past self would be proud of? What truth are you finally ready to speak? What doors are you brave enough to knock on, even if you're not sure who's behind them? These aren't just rhetorical questions. They are spiritual checkpoints. And your answers may reveal more about your next breakthrough than you realize. I encourage you to do one thing, just one, that declares to the universe, I'm ready. Maybe it's applying for something you've been putting off. Maybe it's forgiving someone who will never apologize. Maybe it's choosing rest over hustle. Whatever it is, make it real. Because energy responds to action, not overthinking. And if there's even a flicker of hope rising in your chest right now, that's not random. That's your soul recognizing the shift. Something is different. Something is opening. And maybe, just maybe, this is your moment to stop preparing and start receiving. So tell me in the comments below, what sign, number, or synchronicity has followed you into this video today. Drop a light symbol, sparkles, fire, or lion face, or name one thing you're calling in this week. Whether it's peace, partnership, prosperity, or power, this is your sacred space to speak it out loud and activate it. I see you, Leo. I honor your light. And I'm endlessly grateful that you've shared this space with me today. If this message resonated with your spirit, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the bell, not just to support this channel, but to stay in tune with the messages this universe is ready to reveal, one divine moment at a time. Keep shining. Keep showing up. And remember, you are not here to wish for magic, you are here to embody it. This week is already yours. Claim it.